Hello everyone, I'm Karen. This is the Roving Reader. I want to do a Thursday read in which I talk to you about the books that I finished this week and also what's coming up. I think I might pair this with some of a little bit of vlog footage from yesterday. Basically, we've had 2 snow days in a row, and today is I'm filming this like on Thursday at 9:45 because we have another snow day. But luckily for us, this one was announced the night before, so we got to just like sleep in. And yesterday, like, I did loads of work. I didn't really like enjoy my snow day. I mean, I did, please, but I was busy until like 3 p.m. when I finally like made myself stop. And this, like, I just have a lot less work around the house to do, so I feel like I can just read all day and be comfy, cozy, maybe go for a walk later outside in the snow. Yeah. Anyway, so one of the things that you will know about me if you've been watching this channel for a long time is I am a major mood reader. So with that being said, when I am hosting a readathon with Heather, I'll put all the links below. Like, I'm gonna cheat at my own freaking readathon, sorry. And so I want to show you what I read this week, which is only 2 books. So this book I am using for my takes place in summer prompt, which is a bit of a stretch because there's 4 stories and they take place at different points in the year. Essentially, if you haven't read the first book in this, which is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which is on my shelf somewhere up there, basically it is the story of a cafe. And in the cafe, which is in Tokyo, by the way, in the cafe, there is one spot where a ghost sits and she is constantly reading, which I freaking like adore. Like, if you have to be a ghost, what a better idea. Like, what kind of a better place can you be than in a cafe with coffee and a book? It's amazing. Anyway, once a day, the ghost gets up to use the bathroom. And during that time, if you are interested in traveling to the past, you can take the ghost spot and someone will serve you coffee and you will be transported back to whatever time in the past you want to go. There are a few rules. You can only visit like people that have actually been in the cafe. So basically you have to go, like, say you want to go 20 years back in time from that day. The person that you want to see had to have come to the cafe that day. So you have to like be able to run into people. You also have to leave before the coffee gets cold or you will be stuck there forever in the past. Anyway, actually, I think you would die. You would die, sorry. So this book is just a follow-up with 4 additional short stories of people traveling back in time or possibly into the future in this one. And it's just very heartwarming, but it also kind of gets deep sometimes into like the interconnections between people and how like we all impact those around us and just like the meaning of love and how your decisions impact those around you. Like it does get deep despite being kind of really like appearing like it would be surface level maybe. Super heartwarming and amazing. There's also one story that takes place on Christmas Day, so I think this would be an awesome Christmas gift for people to consider maybe for next year. I'm using that as my endless summer, even though it's a very big stretch to call this endless summer. I'm also doing a huge stretch for my Pass Me the Funnies, read a comic or a graphic novel, because I really wanted to read this book. Bibliophile Diverse Spines. This is by, with all the stickers, I can never, Jamise Harper. Basically, I wanted to read this for a long time because Dee Dee has a little blurb in here about a book that she would recommend to people. And what I really like about this is it's just kind of like infographics kind of, which is why I'm saying that it's a graphic novel, even though it's totally not, guys. It just has a lot of pictures. It's kind of an infographic more. There's this one spot I really liked that I thought was like a legit infographic and not just like lots of pictures. Okay, this is Read Around the World. and it has like a list of books recommended by different countries, which I thought was super cool. But anyway, this book is just encouraging you to read more diversely. I think that there is a tendency for white people not to read Black books. What population actually of the world is white? And the book didn't mention this, it's just something I thought of. And when I actually Googled it, it said that as of 2020, 72% of the population was not white. So if you're trying to think of reading from like a global, international sort of perspective, like if you want your reading to match up, basically out of 4 books, only 1 should be written by a white person. And I just think that we all need to drastically diversify our reading. And like, it just benefits you so much because it just expands like how many perspectives you can hear from and like how much you can learn and enjoy. Like, it's not just about learning either. How many amazing stories you can enjoy if you stretch yourself a little bit. It's not just talking about Oprah Book Club books that people think are depressing and they don't want to read. Like, it is also about like horror and thrillers and like basically whatever type of genre you're interested in reading. I promise you that people who are not white have been writing in that genre and have really good stuff to contribute. So yeah, you should give it a go. It's going to be good. With that being said, I think I'll chat about my loose ideas for next week, what I want to read. I'm really trying to work on my spiritual sort of wellness this year, and one of the books that I started was Women Who Run with Wolves. I loved it when I started it. I'm still going to read it, I promise. But there's another book that kind of rose to the surface as a book I was more interested in. So I'm switching over to this for my like slow meditative sort of reading. And that is Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Meese. And Sarah from Your True Shelf recommended this. And I think it is going to be so powerful. I think it's going to take me months and months and months to get through because I feel like I'm going to have to journal a lot along the way and just really like dig in and reflect on stuff as I read. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for spiritual growth and stuff. The other thing I really like to do when I'm thinking about my health and wellness is I like to focus on like one goal that I'm going to do for an entire week. So I have my new little calendar and has a spot for a weekly goal and a habit tracker up here. So basically I want to pick one goal, work on it for all this week, well, next week, and then add in another goal and work on the previous week's plus the new goal. And so right now what I'm reading to kind of get some ideas on what I would want to work on, just small habits to focus on, is How Not to Diet, which is a beast and talks about how it's not like any other diet book, blah, 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 blah. That's all I've gotten to so far, is why this author thinks that this is not a diet book. But yeah, that's my other book I'm going to be kind of studying. I have no idea what I'm going to read in the upcoming week, and I don't really feel like telling you what I'm going to read in the upcoming week because I want to be a mood reader. I want to embrace that personality trait, but I will show you some books that I'm interested in reading. One is How to Lose a Country, because I think that the kind of anniversary of the insurrection just put this back into my mind. I've wanted to read this for a while. I just have never gotten to it. Basically, one takeaway I know that people have gotten from this book is that there's often like someone tries to take over a country, it doesn't work, and then they try again and it does work. And I just think it's scary that we're in this time of like ignorance and bliss and just peacefulness, and I'm scared of what's going to happen next. So I would like to read this to try and figure out, is there anything that little me can do to help with things? The other thing, I have a book club coming up at Books and Mortar, which is a bookstore in Grand Rapids that I love. I don't know if it's going to be canceled because numbers are going up and people need to be safe. So I'm not sure if it will be canceled, if it will be online, if it will be in person. But for that, I need to read Minor Feelings by Kathy Park Hong. This is basically, the author is the daughter of Korean immigrants, and she just grew up with like a lot of feelings of shame, suspicion, stuff like that, and she wants to understand that these minor feelings occur when American optimism contradicts your own reality. So I think that it is just like a book of essays or a memoir. And then finally, Dee Dee has a book club that I'm participating in. I will link stuff below if you want to join. And we're reading The Heads of Colored People, which I like my cover. I like hers better. I did not read the back. I didn't really know anything about it. I'm just like, okay, well, Dee Dee said it's good, so it's going to be good. Well, actually, she didn't say it's good because I don't think she's read it yet. She's just interested in reading it. But when I read the Diverse Spines book, it basically was talking about nerdy black people, and like, yes, I'm all in. Like, tell me all the nerd stuff. So we'll see if that's true. But anyway, that's kind of what I am thinking about for my reading week. I'm curious like what you guys are thinking about reading, and also if you've made any changes this year as far as how you read. Like, are you focusing on reading slower? Are you trying to read more? Are you trying to do more mood reading, or are you trying to participate in everything? I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling and doing, and I hope you have an amazing week. Enjoy some vlog footage. We have a snow day today. It was so amazing. I didn't even think anything of it until I went to the library board meeting yesterday, and the library director was like, oh, you think you're gonna get a snow day tomorrow? And I was like, what? Is the weather supposed to be bad? Didn't even pay attention. Anyway, yeah, when I woke up, there was like no snow. I mean, there was a little snow on the ground, but like it hadn't been snowing. But then I guess the snow was supposed to start at 7 and just like carry on throughout the day. So it would make the commute home like horrible because I think I heard 4 to 9 inches plus the winds were supposed to be really, really bad. So anyway, snow day today. I'm not sure about tomorrow because it is supposed to continue into tomorrow. So it just depends if the road crews have time to like, I don't know, get stuff cleaned up for the morning commute. Anyway, so today ideally would be an amazing day of reading. It still is going to be. However, I also want to get some editing done for my Teach Better job, and I'm not sure if I want to take down the Christmas tree or not. Like, it's time, but I still kind of love it, so I don't know.
That was an unexpected gem.
Yeah. I'm ready for my walk. Okay. It's supposed to be the Now That's What I Call Summer Readathon, and this is what things look like. So I think I have some fun mail today, not sure, but the mail came super early today, like at 9:30. Normally it comes at like 12:30. So I'm wondering if they made the postal workers like get up really early to try and beat the storm, which is cool. If the postal workers are hourly, I would totally love that too, to be done with work early for the day and just to start early. But who knows if they enjoyed it or not, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So I just got done with all my work for today, and I'm on a walk, and it's freaking freezing. And I just worked for like 2 hours editing, and now I'm just gonna be cozy and read and hang out the rest of the day. Okay, so I thought I would tell you a scary story on the way back from my walk. So I'm just walking by this army base that's near my house, but a different place that I like to walk is just like in the neighborhood by my house because they have loads of really cute houses. But last time I was back, like walking back from my little loop that I do, and I almost stepped on a dead mouse. It was like on its side, just like a little bit on the dead side, and I got so scared. So I'm not walking that way for a long time, especially when it's covered with snow and you could accidentally step on a dead mouse without knowing you stepped on a dead mouse because it's covered with snow. And I don't know if that's worse or better, but anyway, it was very disturbing. All right, so my no buy year, it's going really, really well actually, although we're 5 days in. There was one book I heard about yesterday that I really, really, really wanted. And I think the thing that's hardest for me is when I want a book, but like I can't request it from the library. Like there's only 2 libraries in the state of Michigan that have this book, and they're not lending it out to people. So that was hard, but I'm just adding it to my wish list one day. Like if you are looking for another book for the undercover reading prompt, like I haven't read it obviously because I can't get my hands on it, but I think it sounds like it will be really good. So anyway, one of the things that I did do before starting my no buy year is I bought a few extra books, you know, just to like tide me over, which is really bad, I know, but I thought I would show you what I got. So this one, I don't know who it's even from, but it's quite obviously a book. And oh, this is one that I was super excited for, Sacred Contracts. So this one, Sarah from Your True Shelf mentioned to me. Apparently it was $1.99 and I purchased it. No, I think I purchased it for $1.99 as well. But anyway, yeah, I think this is going to be a book that I will just dig in really, really slowly. I think it's just on like making sure you're on the right path and just connecting what you do on a daily basis to like your whole life's mission kind of, or your contract. And yeah, one of the excerpts that Sarah shared with me was just like really, really helpful in like my no buy year, which is ironic because I'm going to show you a haul in a second. Purchased previously, as I said, and just like my health and stuff like that. And it was just kind of about like just like taking the next step that is going to get you to where you want to go in your soul contract or whatever. And yeah, so I thought that was really helpful, and I basically, this might take the entire year just because I want to go through it so slowly. And right now I'm reading Women Who Run with Wolves for my similar sort of slow read, so I'm not going to get to this one right away. Anyway, okay, book outlet. I kept purchasing here and there as people told their favorites. So let's see what is in this one. And keep in mind, these are all purchases from last year. Okay, so I got By the Book, which I have previously gotten from the library and really loved it and kind of wanted my own copy. Then Dancing in the Streets. This one is basically the desire for collective joy historically expressed in revels of feasting, costuming, and dancing. And so it's like history and anthropology all about like joy within your community, I think. Then I got The Best Stories of Alice Munro. I think it's Munro. Anyway, she's really famous. I just don't know how to say her name. Then I got Nickel and Dimed and Not Getting By in America. Colin Dickey, I freaking adore him. If you are interested in just kind of weird nonfiction, oh, this cover is kind of torn off. That's sad. Weird nonfiction, he's your guy. So this one is called Ghostland, an American History in Haunted Places. Yeah, he says the good news. Nothing's really haunted except for the spirits we imagine for ourselves. The bad news will make anything haunted. The great news, there's Ghostland. Colin Dickey gets to the heart of the matter over and over, skirting any tourist trap sensationalism in favor of historical context that touches on longing and tragedy underneath ghost stories. It is a tour of America's haunted places that takes an insightful look on how ghost stories are made, how ghosts and historical visibility are so tightly intertwined, and why we keep looking for the dead. Yeah, I think that his books are so good just because they're so entertaining on like the spiritual sort of weird level, but then he really digs deep too, and like it's talking about kind of getting into like how ghost stories are made and like what ghost stories do for us and like all that sort of stuff. Then I got The Pursuit of William Abbey, which also could be a good undercover reading book for the Now That's What I Call Summer Readathon. Natural Causes, which is I think about Americans obsession with health and wellness. And then these next two I'm super excited about. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Okay, this one I heard about from Lukash, Are Prisons Obsolete by Angela Y. Davis. And basically I wanted to read this for Shorty September if that is a thing that happens again. However, I might get to it sooner because it sounded really interesting. Basically on like not just getting rid of prisons, but like the actual steps that we would need to take if we wanted to get rid of prisons. Super fascinating, I feel like. And then finally, I got Bone Black, Memories of Girlhood by Bell Hooks. I have not read a full book by Bell Hooks. I was working my way through one of her teaching ones and still need to like pick up that again. But yeah, her writing is just amazing and I definitely want to read more of her. I think Ain't I a Woman is the one that I pre-ordered from my independent bookstore last year, but it's taken a while to get here just because she's so popular. So that's my haul for today. I'm just going to spend the rest of the day cozy reading.